here with Eyes on the Game, and we are here at Desert Breeze Aquatic Center here in Las Vegas, home of the Sandpipers of Nevada swim team. And let me tell you, it's not every day where I get to interview my former teammate turned Olympic gold medalist and bronze medalist in the 100-meter breaststroke and the gold in the 400-meter medley relay, as well as American record holder. Congratulations, Cody, and how good does it feel to be back at your roots?
It feels great. Thank you for that wonderful intro. Yeah, it's great being back here at Desert Breeze. I grew up swimming here with Helen. It's great to see all my friends, all my family, everybody in Las Vegas that supported me all these years, so it's pretty good.
Now, what impact did Coach Chris Barber and Coach Ron Aitken have on you throughout your career?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have these medals if it weren't for Coach Chris and Coach Ron and the Sandpipers. They were kind of acting father figures for me. They kind of kept me on the straight and narrow path and, guided me to college and took a really, they just took care of us. They do a great job with the kids here on the Sandpipers, and I'm just grateful to have them in my life still.
And being here today, you are receiving a key to the Las Vegas Strip. And, hey, happy Cody Miller Day. How do you feel about that?
I never thought that would ever happen, so that's pretty cool. It doesn't feel real yet. I guess we'll see and let it soak in. But, it's awesome to be here. And, the fact that they want to honor me like that is just – it's pretty tremendous.
And very, very well deserved. Now, since becoming an Olympic medalist, record holder, having your reaction go viral and everything in between, what's been the craziest change that's happened in your life?
Honestly, the craziest change, probably how many people recognize me. When I went home for a week before I came to Vegas, everywhere I went, whether it be the grocery store or dinner or, not even the pool, people recognize me and they're like, yeah, you're that swimmer guy with the hair. I was like, yeah. So that's been really great. The social media game has picked up a little bit, so that's kind of cool. But, we're also the same people, so.
Yeah, no, it's great to kind of remain same and also remain humble. Someone that's been a big part of your life, your mom, Miss Debbie Miller, can you kind of describe the impact that she's had on you?
Yeah, absolutely. She's been my biggest inspiration, Things weren't always easy growing up, We had to move around a lot. We had some struggles, and she did everything she could to put food on the table and keep us in the pool, and she did a great job. She was a, struggling working mother, worked 3 jobs, works for the Sandpipers here and takes care of everybody. So, without her, hands down, the biggest impact on my life, wouldn't have these medals or all these awesome experiences. So I love her to death and got to thank her more than anybody.
Yeah, her, and you're also very close to your sister, Cody Miller.
Yeah, Katie's back at Duke. She just started school again, so she's all excited. And she was down there in Rio along with a couple other family members and Ron and Chris. So, having her there was really special, and it's been great.
Yeah, now, speaking of struggles, though, for you and having swam since you were 8 years old in Montana, moved here when you were, I believe, 9.5 or 10? Yeah, about 9, and we did those kickboard sets, and you would pull on the lane line. I'm just kidding. But what has been, the biggest struggle you've had to overcome?
There are a lot of struggles. I've got this indentation in my chest called pectus excavatum. It's a rib deformity that causes me to have a sunken chest. So there's a little bit of a breathing disadvantage. I had some tests run on me in college, and it wasn't affecting the pulmonary function of my heart. So it's safe, but there is some restriction within my breathing. So that's kind of something I've had to deal with. But honestly, I kind of grew up with it, so I wouldn't know any different. But I've been able to overcome that. And then obviously, you have some seasons where they don't necessarily go the way as planned. It's not always ups. Sometimes there are some downs. Sometimes you don't perform the way you want. So you just got to find a way to bounce back. And Ron and Chris did a good job of teaching me how to do that.
Yeah, and also for the Olympics, obviously it comes around every 4 years. And swimming is a sport where it doesn't really get the recognition it deserves until the Olympics every 4 years. So what changes do you think needs to happen in order for swimming to be more recognized?
I think number one, growing the sport. I think, the USA Swimming Foundation is doing a good job of that. But, here in Las Vegas, we don't have enough pools. Not enough people are in the pool because it's not available. We need to have available lane space. We just need to have more pools. So you grow the sport. That's probably the number one biggest thing. I think that the sport is trending in the right direction. We're getting more and more as years go on. We get more recognition for the off years, for the years of world championships and other meets. So, like I said, I think it's trending in a good direction. But getting more people involved in the sport is the biggest thing.
Now, someone that has been making headlines, Ryan Lochte, a former Team USA teammate of yours. Now, yesterday at the VMAs, Jimmy Kimmel made a skit about him. I'm not sure if you saw
I
it.
haven't seen it yet. I heard about it.
Okay, what advice would you give Ryan?
I'm not going to speak on Ryan's behalf. I will say this: Ryan is a great teammate. He's always been a good teammate. I've been to meets where he was asked to do events that he hadn't swam in years, and he did it just to put the to put the team in front. So he's always been a great teammate, and everybody makes mistakes, and I think we just kind of need to move forward.
Now, someone else as well, a former teammate or a teammate with you as well, Michael Phelps. He said that he's retiring after this year, or he's retired now. Do you think he'll come back for 2020 in Tokyo?
I think Michael is definitely done. Yeah, it was funny. Right when we finished the relay, when we were in the post-race interview with NBC, everyone started chanting 4 more years, and we were kind of egging him on a little bit. But he's ready to move on. He's had a great career. It was an honor being on a relay with him. Winning an Olympic gold medal with him. I grew up watching him swim in the Olympics, so to be that guy on that relay with him was incredible. And he's got a kid. He's ready to move on with his life and be a father and take that next step. So, it's time to hang the suit up.
Yeah, but for you, obviously, you'll be training for 2020. But what's next for you in the meantime?
1 year at a time. So I would love to swim, through 2020. We'll take it 1 year at a time. I'm getting married, so next September of next year, we've locked down September 9th as our date, so that's exciting. Shortly, I'll start training again for World Championships this following summer, and it'll be in Budapest. So, hoping I make the team for that and train for that. But right now, we're just kind of soaking it all in and enjoying this time here.
And last question for you. I know you're a big movie buff. Yeah. For everybody watching and listening, what movie do you recommend them to watch?
Right now, last week, Allie, my fiance's name is Allie, we saw 3 movies. We saw Don't Breathe, which is the one I would recommend. That is the best movie in theaters. I'm not a big scary movie fan, but that movie blew my mind, just chilling. And it's more of a thriller. It's not really a horror film. But I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. So that's the one I would recommend seeing.
So Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay. And, hey, even in swimming, don't breathe it. Well, in freestyle at least.
Yeah, exactly.
And is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Just everybody here on the Sandpipers, all my coaches, my mom, my family, everyone back in Indiana. I trained with the Indiana University Hoosiers, and it's been great swimming as a post-grad there. Had a great 4 years of college. Everybody that I've been in the pool with, it's been awesome.
And where can people follow you on social media? You're very fun on social media.
Thank you. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, just at Cody Miller, and on Twitter, at Swim Miller with 1 M, Swim Miller.
Thank you for your time. Congratulations on all your success. Very well deserved. And I'm very honored to interview you after knowing you since 10 years old.
Thank you, Helen. Appreciate it.
And I am running off with your gold medal. So
I'm
good
Olympic
to know
gold
you.
and bronze medalist Cody Miller, and you're watching Eyes on the Game with Helen Yee.